is good, you? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, I'm gonna be giving you guys the best starter squad that you guys can build for anywhere from 20 to 30,000 MT in my team. You play a couple clutch time games, a couple, salary cap games, domination games, you're gonna have that MT. Now, this squad I'm gonna be putting you guys onto is a very good squad for domination. It's a very good squad for clutch time online, very good squad for basically every mode, whether it is offline and online. And I'm basically gonna be giving you guys a 5-man squad. Obviously, if you're able to use the Ruby Giannis, if you have him, if you have the starter Kobe, starter Devin Booker, those guys are great additions as well. Now, I don't have them on this account, I have them on my other account, but like, if you have Ruby Devin Booker, Ruby Kobe, and then obviously Ruby Giannis, those guys are guys you should absolutely have in your squad. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The first guy, I'm not even going to go in position order because I don't really feel like it. The first guy I want to highlight is Mike Miller, okay? If you've watched my No Money Spent Squad series, you guys know how much I truly love and adore Mike Miller. Now, the best part for me and Mike Miller is the fact that he is free, okay? So if you go in here to this season agendas, you go in here, I think it's, what was it? Yeah, right here to the legendary path for Lillard. All you guys have to do is make 21 3-pointers in triple threat online games with Heat players, which, I mean, you guys could be like, okay, Ty, but that's not necessarily that easy to do. And I mean, I guess you're right. It really just depends. But even if you lose the triple threat online games but knock down some threes, it probably is worth it and not even that bad of a situation. So I definitely am a big fan of Mike Miller. He's kind of carried me so far when we do talk about, the No Money Spent squads, all of those things. He has absolutely definitely carried me. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat things. He has carried me quite a bit. Next guy I want to talk about is a point guard. Shout out DBG for this one because I'll give credit where it's due. The point guard I personally want to go and highlight here is, I do believe he's in the Dame set, and it is Goran Dragic, okay? Stats don't tell the whole picture. He's 6'4", decent 3-ball, decent ball handle, and he's got an incredibly good release. I mean, that is why Goran Dragic is a guy I do want to highlight. And the fact of the matter is, he's 3,000 MT. Name another guy for 3,000 MT at the point guard position that you can get that can help you out as much as a guy like Goran Dragic was going to do. There's not many options, okay? So if you're just starting my team, and let's say you're really not liking Derek Fisher, try out Goran Dragic. I've played against him a couple of times, and even the opponents like that I'm playing against, I can tell they're not very good. But Goran Dragic is just an easy card to use. I mean, I don't want to slight anybody, but it makes sense why people are using Goran Dragic. It really does. Or even for my backup point guard position, if I'm needing one, Goran Dragic is a guy I could pick up for my squad that could just, again, run that backup or even start him and run Derek Fisher in that bench unit. So just a guy I personally, again, have had a lot of success with that I absolutely have to highlight today is that man. So the next guy I do want to highlight, I've highlighted him so much, is Victor Wembanyama. Now, here's everybody's already going to be like, well, Ty, he's got 25 speed. Well, Ty, he's got 27 lateral quickness. Well, Ty, he's got 1 total badge. I don't care. Victor Wembanyama is 5,000 MT. Okay, he's 7'5", and he can hold it down at the center position. What else do you need him to do on the court, right? Again, with Wemby, with Dragic, you're looking at 8,000 MT thus far, and you've got, your point guard and center. Now, are either of these cards the best cards in the game? No. But are they cards you can, again, run into clutch time, run in to triple threat online, or even domination and have a lot of success with? Absolutely. Victor Wembanyama for triple threat offline domination is the answer to probably most of your issues that you are coming up against in those modes. Next guy I do want to highlight, I don't have him on this account just because he was a little too expensive for me personally. But again, I definitely have to highlight him, is Kristaps Porzingis, 5,000 MT, 7'3". Some people like Kristaps more than Wemby. Some people like Wemby more. I don't really know who I like more at this point. Kristaps does have that cheesy behind the back. He's going to green more shots. I mean, and in general, there's no denying it. Kristaps Porzingis is absolutely an incredibly good center in my team. It just comes down to who you personally prefer. Again, I've used both of them. I've had a lot of success with them. KP's behind the back is one of the most cheesy things in the entire game, and I honestly think it's going to be a problem for the the entirety of the year how good that behind the back it really is. But again, between KP, between Wemby, one of those two should be your starting centers. And honestly, when I go into here, I should probably pick up KP for my backup center position eventually. My whole thing is I feel like the power forward position right now in my team is pretty weak. And so that's why I've got to talk about Rafe LaFrance. I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't going to talk about Rafe. I will. 83 ball, smooth release, decent enough speed and lateral quickness, and badge-wise, he's just fine. If you want a chicken man in my team, look no further than Rafe LaFrance. 7,000 MT, yes, you got to spend up a little more because he is an emerald. But man, I got to tell you, I am a massive fan of him. And I mean, some people will be like, oh, well, Ty, just go get, a better guy. There's no reason to get anything better than Rafe LaFrance. Obviously, again, if you have the Ruby Giannis, you are just fine. But if you don't have Ruby Giannis, if you're struggling at that power forward position to just kind of find where you find your footing a little bit, look no further than Rafe LaFrance. I've heard a lot of great things about him, and even when I've used him, again, I used him a lot more on my Xbox account in day one, but I had so much fun and success with the card. Last but certainly not least, we're talking about Rex Chapman, right? So here's basically the squad. You go Dragic, you go Rex Chapman, you go Mike Miller, you go Rafe, and then either KP or Wemby at the center position. And then you have a backup, obviously, KP and Wemby as well. So I kind of gave you, what, I guess 6 guys here. But Rex Chapman, I mean, what do you want to know? I mean, he can shoot. He's got a good release, can handle the ball. Speed, lateral quickness is good. His 8 silver and 2 gold badges are good. Here's the deal. Right now for my squad, if I were to pick up Rex Chapman as well as Rafe LaFrance, it would make my squad so much better. Now, again, that would take up basically all of my MT there, but that is kind of how you got to go about building your squad, right? You can't just go out there and be like, oh yeah, let me go buy 1 sapphire and, your quick sell value is basically ruined. You've got to ball on a budget, and with Rafe, with obviously, Wemby in there, Dragic, those type of guys, you can use Rex Chapman, and again, he can be that primary ball handler. The one guy that you have to go and get is Mike Miller. I can't emphasize it or stress it enough. This card is chicken man in my team. The stats do not tell the whole story. Yes, his 3-ball is good, but you think, oh, 45 lateral quickness. He's not even going to be able to play defense. His defense actually isn't bad because he's 6'8", gets some crazy good animations. I cannot stress enough how much you need Mike Miller in my team. So, yeah, even for my No Money Spent Squad series, guys, you'll probably see some of those changes coming, like whether it's the addition of Rafe, whether it's the addition of Rex Chapman, maybe it's even Goran Dragic at that backup point guard position. Those are probably some adjustments you're going to see as I start to really build my squad from the ground up in my team. A lot of people are like, Ty, it's impossible to be No Money Spent, Ty. I mean, you're not going to be able to compete when somebody's got Jason Tatum, all this stuff. Man, just have fun playing the game. Use my suggestions. Trust me, I've used basically, I think I've used everybody I talked about today, and I've had a lot of success with them. Are there other cards that are good? Sure, like Tony Kukoc, absolutely incredible. Problem is, he's just too expensive. So, I mean, a lot of people don't have that, 17,000 MT to spend, but a lot of people are willing to spend 7,000 for a guy like Al Harrington. And again, those are things that I do definitely recommend. Ball on a budget as long as possible in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. That's gonna wrap it up for our video today, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.